First up on the news docket, I'm going to go ahead and kick things off with, now, if you guys recall back in, good Lord, was that February, I think, David?
Oh, wow.
You and I did our, we did our King Ghidorah from Premium Bandai mini-sode, where we talked about the brand new release, King Ghidorah from Premium Bandai, that had the different color schemes, including the one Leslie just showed off on his X Plus figure. Well, at the end of that episode, we announced that Premium Bandai had just announced all these announcements. Premium Bandai had just released information about an upcoming Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, really Mechagodzilla transformation set from the 70s. And so they started that off with the 3 Mechagodzilla pieces, but just last week or the week before, they finally announced the first 2 pieces in that set, which it's a weird Quentin Tarantino kind of timeline there. But basically, they waited to do the Imposter Godzilla until the second release, actually. So here are some of the photos that I wanted to share from this release. I am really, really, really looking forward to this.
Very cool.
Guaranteed this is going to make me go, oh man, why did I not get the first Mechagodzilla release? But
You did?
Yeah, no, I regret not getting that.
I didn't, but basically, I have so many Mechagodzillas as it is, and in this scale too.
You can never have enough, really.
I think that's my problem, is I'm going to realize you can never have enough Mechagodzillas, and so I'm going to be out of luck. It is so cool. So yeah, you could line all 5 pieces up.
Yeah.
And that's what it should look like right there. Boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
So cool. Such a cool set. But that's coming out. I'll have a link in the show notes tomorrow that will tell you where you can order this from. I know for a fact you're going to be able to get it from Awesome Collector. So I'll have a link in the show notes to Awesome Collector. David, you had something you wanted to talk about for news.
I do, as a matter of fact, and it's perfect for this model kit episode. It's actually the KOC resin 40 centimeter 1964 Godzilla kit, and I believe you have some images there. It's sculpted by Akira Ibaraki, and it comes in 14 pieces, and it was released last April of 2002, and it retailed originally for 44,000 yen. Now, this is kind of a bittersweet announcement that I'm making, because I actually was able to secure one, but it's sitting in Japan waiting to be shipped, just because there's no logical, affordable way to have it shipped in a timely manner in this day and age. So I'm just going to wait till things calm down to have a nice, secure, mind about when it's going to arrive. So as you can see, it's a beautiful kit. And what was unique about this one is it comes with actually 2 different heads that you can choose. One with a slightly open mouth and one with a closed mouth. And what's cool about it is you can switch them out at your convenience, because it's attached by a magnet this time.
Awesome.
And the other head that you don't choose can rest on its own little base and be displayed right next to the kit, which is really cool.
That's neat.
So, and as you can see, the assembly looks pretty cut and dry. It looks pretty easy, because the pegs are already sort of in there for you. So you just kind of have to put them in place. And for that reason, I broke my own rule, and I'm actually doing some work for 2 people, for our good friend from Fresh Vinyl Live, Mr. Rich Iso, and also for AJ Russo from Kaiju Live. So what I'm going to do is actually take the pieces out, paint them, and then place them right back in the box so they can be shipped carefully. And those guys can just put them together. And if they need some coaching, we can do like a video virtual model kit building day. And so we can all put them together.
Of course, there'll be a slight fee.
Well, of course, and there'll be a slight fee, yeah. But yeah, so it's sort of bittersweet. I really wish that I had it in hand to show you guys in person, and I really wish I had all 3 of them in hand to bang them out now while I'm spending all this time at home, all this extra time at home. But all good things to those who wait. We will eventually get them, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this will be, wait for it, the quintessential 64 representation available. So you heard that here, and we'll see if I can live up to the expectations and make these model kits really look great. So there's my news. And how about you, Leslie? What is your special kaiju news for this episode?
First of all, let me just calm his feelings down because you hurt his feelings. So he needs 2 seconds. Calm down. I know. It's okay. I still love you. Anyways, as far as X Plus is concerned, because you know me, I'm an X Plus guy through and through. They had a spring kaiju event. I want to say, when was that? Was that like early April, I believe? And it was a spring online event because obviously they can't have any model kit exhibition shows at the moment. So they had a spring kaiju event, an online event where they were showcasing stuff that was coming. I'm gonna cover a few things, and then my good friend John's gonna cover the other half. But what I want to talk about, I love Godzilla through and through, but I'm also a Gamera fan, and they really pleased the Gamera fan in me when they finally announced they're finally going to release the 25 centimeter Iris that goes great with the Gamera that Kyle showed around 20 minutes earlier. And from what I understand, the Standard and Rick are dropping in August, I believe. Now, the Standard is just Iris by itself, and the Rick gonna come with light up in in his chest, and I believe his eyes. This was a Dopko sculpt. He has done a phenomenal job with the sculpts he has done thus far with Iris, the 25 centimeter Orga. That was awesome. So I'm looking forward to see if X Plus does do more business with him down the road. But that's what you have to look forward to far as Iris. And out of nowhere, they announced a 30 centimeter favorite sculptors line version of the Gamera 1965 from his debut film, Gamera, or Gamera the Invincible. Watch the Japanese version. The US version sucks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just being real with you, being real. But this really was a mind-blowing, at least for me, announcement, because they don't really announce too many Gamera figures from X Plus, and which is understandable because Gamera is second behind Godzilla, or maybe third behind Godzilla and Ultraman when it comes to popularity. But it's nice to see that they're still doing Gamera stuff. And this guy is going to be the first 30 centimeter, I believe it's 30 centimeter, 1965 Gamera. They did release a 25 centimeter Gamera 65 from S Plus a long time ago, which is gone for stupid money. But this guy is going to be just a Rick exclusive. And the Rick addition to this figure, he's going to come with light up eyes. So I'm looking forward to both of these releases. Now, between the two, I was going to get Gamera, but I'm going to pass on him because, quite frankly, I'm not really a big fan of this version of Gamera. Now, had it been the 66 version, I would have went after it. But Iris, for sure, I'm definitely getting. So that's all I have to say for my portion of what happened with the Spring Kaiju event. I know John's going to cover the other half. So, Christine, you have any news for us right now?
Yeah, I do have a little bit of news on some cool Safubi that's coming out from. Actually, Medicom has been releasing a lot of great new sculpts, and two that just came out. One was just released at Wonderfest, a new 54 sculpt that was done by Anraku, the puppet version of Godzilla, and it's so cute. So there was a blue version that was released at Wonder Festival that was for that show only, but this is a new one that they just came out with a new color. This was done online by lottery only on the Medicom website. I entered the lottery, so I don't exactly know when the drawing is. It's sometime this month. So I'm kind of hoping I'll get an email that I was one of the people that was drawn to get one of these, because I think it's a really neat, it's a little bit different kind of sculpt. It looks like the maquette version, and I like the colorway on this one. It's very bright. And they also just released another lottery for another sculpt done by Anraku, which is the Desugoji. I mean, look at how adorable is he right now. So cute. So the lottery for this one is actually going to be opening up later this month. I think it might have started already, or it might be the end of May. So if you want to try and enter to win this, you do have to go to the Medicom website, medicom.koi, And you can enter the lottery to be drawn to hopefully have your chance to purchase one of these. I'm totally going to be entering the lottery for this one because he's so cute. And this is the first time they've released this sculpt. So this is like the first edition, I guess you would say, of this Burning Godzilla. James, you're the Desu Goji guy, so you better be entering that lottery. And then if you don't want it and I don't
He's
win,
like, oh, it's not a marmot.
Oh, what is any news with you, John?
Yes, there's some news. Kyle, I have some pictures. Well, I'm sorry I didn't let you know sooner. So first thing, it's also part of a box day, too. I hope everyone is getting this. The amazing figure modeler issue of Godzilla resin kits.
Oh, that's cool.
And Godzilla kits. This is something you should invest in. It's really great, a great piece to have. Even if you're not a kit builder, I would highly recommend it. There's an interview with Bill from Bill's Kitchen. There is a great article about the building up kits of the Aurora Godzilla, you know, putting them all together. And there's an interview with Takuji Yamada-san by Stan Hyde. So I would highly recommend getting that. And it's a great price too. Now from X Plus, there's some really cool, great stuff coming. In particular, let me give you the long name for this. The Yuji Sakai Best Collection Godzilla 2004 poster version, Goodbye Godzilla.
That's so cool.
What's a tremendous blessing. I got to do this art. I don't have a kit, but X Plus, G-Sun, Jeremy, Souls worked it out for us. So this was something I got to work on. So I got to do the drop in the background and all that. It's an honor doing anything that's related to Yuji Sakai-san. So, and then it hasn't been shown. I don't know if they're going to use it, but I'm going to show it to you. There's another photo because in doing it, I recreated the whole poster.
Yeah,
that's neat. That's awesome.
That's
From
fantastic.
the logo type to every little piece I had to recreate. So that was a challenge.
Wow.
But, it's an honor to be able to do that. Thanks to Jeremy Souls and G-San and X Plus and Matsubara-san and the whole team. So that's something to get. And here's the crazy thing. I think within hours it sold out. At least the Japanese fans were, you know, yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
And then I saw some Japanese collectors a little upset, I believe, because there were resellers snatching them up and posting. I saw prices like $800 up to $1,500, which was just like, wow, it hasn't even come out yet, but mark the markup. Then the next we have to talk about is obviously the long-awaited, much-anticipated, gigantic Mechagodzilla 1974. And I saw yesterday.
Don't get me started.
I know, Leslie, I know, because I'm worried. First of all, I got a little, I was able to exhale because I saw a post, Japanese Twitter, someone I follow on Japan Twitter, or whatever you call it. There was on Amazon, they delayed it. On Amazon.co.jp, they were saying it's delayed for a month. So it looks like that might be the case, at least. So for some of us who don't have all the money to just drop, and then to drop it into hands of, like, I have mine's pre-ordered hobby search. I don't want to just put out the money and not get it for 6 months, you know.
Yeah.
So a little delay is a good delay. And I think that's it for my news. I know there's some other X Plus items, the Defo Mechagodzilla. I don't know when that's going to be available for pre-order, but that's on the horizon, and other things I would imagine as well.
That's right, John. So much things, so many things on the horizon. So much things on the horizon. That's not how you say English.
We love
so
all
many
the
things on the horizon. In fact, if you want to know what's on the horizon, I would suggest you check out kaijubattle.net, which is Michael Farah's website. He's in the chat right now. Shout out to Kaiju Battle.
Kaiju Battle.
Yeah, John. I mean, basically, John was talking about stuff. Christine, Leslie, David, and I pretty much, maybe not David because he's talking about a model kit, but pretty much all the stuff we talked about, you can find on Michael's website, kaijubattle.net.
It's a great resource. Great resource.
Really great resource.
Oh, yeah.